Hey Vikings, welcome to this week's broadcast.
I'm Danyka.
I'm Max.
Wow, that's very magical.
Magical? Don't you mean magical?
No, magical.
Wait, isn't that the choir concert theme of this year?
Oh yeah, they just performed their magical dinner this past Sunday.
Northwest Choir's Christmas concert looked a little different than usual.
A madrigal dinner is an old Elizabethan feast that celebrates the birth of Christ, essentially. They were done in England a very long time ago. It's music, it's food, everything combined. There's usually a play in the middle, and you sing songs about whatever's coming next. If you're talking about the angels, you sing a song about angels. If you're bringing out the pudding, you sing figgy pudding. So it's a whole show that incorporates music and theater.
In past years, we do the same old, walk up on the risers, sing 2 or 3 songs as a group, and then we're done. This one's, obviously we have the dinner that's served, everyone's kind of walking around, and it's just a different atmosphere. I play Little Red Riding Hood,
Master Punch and Mistress Judy, but they're nowhere to be seen.
I think they're unique just because it's a show at Christmas that's not traditionally a popular show or something in our common vernacular. So we use a lot of Wes Hale and welcome lords and ladies. They don't really talk like that now. So it brings the audience into a different time period and a different world. We've got some people who are in the costumes, and so it's just a different kind of show.
I think time was a big part of this. We were given our lines just a few weeks before the show, had to have them memorized, but it eventually all came together and it's really fun.
I put together a script that I had used quite a while ago, and then we just cast the show, tried to pick the songs that would fit in some place, and then we've just been working on putting it all together with everybody now.
My favorite scene would be the puppet show, and my favorite part of that scene would be when Truett pulls out the kinky boots out of my Little Red Riding Hood basket.
I think the puppet show is pretty funny. I think anytime that we can pull audience members who don't know what's going on and draw attention to them, and I would say almost embarrass them a little bit, that adds just a little bit of fun to the show.
The inaugural Northwest Magical Dinner was on December 5th. Look out for future concerts to see the Northwest Choirs perform.
What a unique way for our choir to portray their talent.
Speaking of talent, I wonder if we have any athletes committing to college yet.
We sure do. Let's take a look.
Sophie McKinney and Riley Rice have both recently announced their commitments to Doane to further their volleyball and basketball careers.
When figuring out where I wanted to go for volleyball, it was really important to me that I found somewhere that I also wanted to go for the college aspect. And so when I went to visit Doane, I really liked the campus and the programs they offered and the volleyball team.
My mom's brother actually went to Doane to run track and field, so I had that going for me a little bit, and also the basketball coaches are super cool and the team is really fun to be around. I thought it'd be a good fit.
Coming up on my senior year, I realized that this would be my last year and that I just really wasn't ready to stop playing volleyball, so I decided to continue on for 4 more years.
I kind of knew I wanted to play in college and I didn't want it to be over with after high school.
For college volleyball, I'm really looking forward to meeting new girls and getting some new teammates and just being able to play the sport.
I'm looking forward to meet new people and kind of more competition, and I'm just excited to start a new chapter of my life.
The process of commitment is really long. It starts with getting your name out there and getting some film out there, and then slowly coaches start communicating with you and you have calls discussing their school and program, and then when you decide, you tell them and verbally commit, and then later on the road you sign.
I had to go on lots of college visits, talk to lots of coaches, lots of phone calls, text messages, emails, all stuff like that, but I'm very glad to have that weight off my shoulders now.
Having supporters there for me when I signed was really important and really special to me because those were the people that were along my side all throughout this process, and that helped me get where I am.
Northwest wishes Sophie and Riley the best of luck as they further their athletic careers in college.
Wow, it's crazy to think that these seniors are already taking such big steps into their futures.
I bet any colleges wouldn't let you.
Okay, don't test me right now.
What are you gonna do about it?
I got my girls to back me up.
There is a new sport at Northwest. This year is the start of the school's very own girls wrestling team.
What made me want to try girls wrestling was my family and my coaches. There was a different girl that wrestled at my middle school that interested me in girls wrestling, so I thought I might as well try it. She can do it, I can do it.
So the reason why I kind of went out for wrestling was because I've always been very active and like a physical person. And one of my social studies teachers, Mr. Smith, kind of talked me into doing it.
My father wrestled and my brother wrestled. They were very good at wrestling, so they were my ultimate encouragement. They encouraged me the most.
My older brother wrestled. I don't quite know how many years.
There are different weight classes in girls wrestling and boys wrestling. I would say boys are more stronger naturally. The feel of it is different because you feel more comfortable wrestling girls than boys.
There's definitely a lot more boys than girls this year for wrestling.
I really like the competitive it is. It's a really hard sport. It's one of the hardest sports in my personal reference, but I enjoy the intenseness and I don't enjoy the conditioning, but it makes you better.
Things I like about wrestling is that I like taking people down and like getting on top of them and getting a pin down, but I probably don't like getting hit in the face, and last practice I got a bloody nose, so.
There's nothing I don't enjoy. Just there are things that I like more than others. I say go for it because you never know if you're gonna like it. Because I know girls have tried it, they didn't like it, but other girls, the girls that are up here right now, they love it. I think they love it.
I think a lot of people kind of perceive wrestling as like it is a hard sport, but once you get into it and like know what you're doing, you can have fun with wrestling.
Like if you're a girl and you don't have anything else to do, go out for wrestling because you never know what's gonna happen. You could be great at it.
Every girl is new to wrestling this year, so don't be afraid to go out and try it.
The girls are working hard for a good season, making a good start for the sport.
Wow, who's your favorite wrestler?
My favorite wrestler is John Cena.
No way. A lot of people say I look like John Cena.
No.
Really? Watch this.
His name is John Cena!
Hey Vikes, on this week's Viking in the Village, we're doing Rate Teacher Celebrity Lookalikes. Alright, so I have Maddie here, and she's going to rate Mrs. Mazur's lookalike.
Like a 7 out of 10.
I love Sandy. I give her a 10. So there we go.
For this lookalike, it is Mr. Harrington's lookalike.
What would you rate it?
Probably an 8 out of 10.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, so I got Kate here, and she's going to rate Mr. Collins' lookalike, who's paired with one of the Care Bears.
A 5.
Okay, so we have Mr. Collins here ready to react to his own lookalike we made.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they...
At least I'm cute.
All right, so Danny's going to rate Miss Gilliland's lookalike.
Okay, that's pretty good. I'd say 9 out of 10 because that girl's a lot like whiter than Miss Gilliland.
All right, so I have Miss Gilliland here to rate her own lookalike.
I don't know who that is. 4 out of 10?
We got Kaylee Church here. She's going to rate Mr. Larissa's lookalike.
10 out of 10.
I've gotten that for years. Oh yeah.
Like pop my collar and then just...
All right, so we got Hayden Atkins here, and he's going to rate Mr. McNeil's lookalike.
Oh, wow. No. That's so true. That's terrible. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's definitely a 10 out of 10. That looks definitely like Mac.
Oh, I would give that at least a 7. Good job.
Can I just say no? Like negative
just rate it,
400.
like, on a
like
scale of 1 to 10.
negative 400. No.
This reaction next.
Look close.
Watch
this.
Turn around. And you're going to rate it for us on a scale of 1 to 10.
Perfect. Man, that guy on the left, though, by far the best lookalike I've ever seen. 10 out of 10.
You know, I personally think that Coach McNeil looks a lot more like John Cena than you do.
No way. You're obviously blind.
We'll leave that opinion up to the people.
Well, I guess that's all we got for this week's broadcast.
I'm Danyka.
I'm Max.
Until next time.